Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor. Now, when we left off, we had failed to complete a very simple task, but obviously that is due to the fact that I wanted to, well, be a little careful about whether we were intercepted by a very powerful neutral party. Obviously, neutral parties do not engage actual vassals that are within your faction, or at least that's what I've come to learn. And so, as we see here, I have tracked down the NonDual Party that had a huge amount of prisoners, because I thought to myself, well, why not? Let's try and defeat these guys. Now, obviously, I think it would probably be a good idea to go like this, order your troops to attack without you. And as we can see there, we only lost 9, and they lost, well, they lost 11, I suppose, so that's not too bad. We're going to be continuing the attack. And yes, okay, we're doing well. We are doing well, and there we have it. We have defeated them. Fantastic. So there we are. Very nice. And we have, well, yes, we have some Fierce Vein recruits. I did actually recruit a couple of those. And we have a couple of others. But as we can see here, we have, well, 96, I think? 96 different units here. And we are going to be taking absolutely every one of them. But as you can see, we currently have a very low, well, money situation right now because, well, I recruited some rather expensive units, and suffice it to say, that has caused us to have somewhat of an issue. These guys, for example. Yes, as well as these guys. I recruited those guys. So, yeah, we're going to be releasing these Fierce Vein recruits, unfortunately enough. I'd like to be able to keep them, but as you can see, Empire Knights, Empire Horsemen, Empire Noble Legionnaire recruits can actually become pretty good units, I feel. So let's just see what we can get here. Maiden Cavalry, why not? And some Mercenary Armsmen as well. Well, let's just see what else we can get here. Heavy Infantry, some Crossbowmen, some Armored Pikemen, Empire Noblemen, and basically take everything Empire related, I suppose. These Dashar are actually going to be causing us some morale difficulties, so I'm going to be losing them for now. I will keep the Bladesman, because even though it is a Dashar unit, it is pretty reasonable, I would say. So let's get some of those guys, and yeah, they become Mercenary Horsemen eventually. And let's go for some Heavy Infantry there. Okay, these guys can probably, some of them can go maybe. Vanscree Warriors, they're actually doing pretty reasonably as well. Ooh, okay, well, let's just see here. What should we take? Well, these Jatu units should definitely be taken, so I think I'm going to be losing some of these. Am I? Maybe this guy? Yeah. Okay, what else? What else do we want to lose here? Well, the Heavy Infantry do become Gladiators and Legionnaires. Empire Noblemen, they become, well, Light Cavalry and various things like that. Okay. That's really quite difficult, isn't it? Well, I think we'll just lose some of these then, I suppose. Let's lose 3 of those, and we'll get some Raiders and Jatu Lancers. Having some additional cavalry couldn't hurt, and we do have some Empire Armored Crossbowmen right there, so we may as well take the upgraded version. And what else can we do? Well, we could take these guys, but they're not going to be very good in helping us to defeat basically anything, so I am going to be leaving the rest, I think. It seems as though we have quite a strong army now. As you can see, our weekly cost has skyrocketed to an overwhelming 4,000. And I can only hope that our mercenary pay, I suppose, is going to make a huge difference in that regard. If it doesn't, then we are going to be in a very bad position. So, otherwise, what else can we take? Well, we'll take some Halberdiers, and we'll take some Salian Armored Longbowmen, I suppose. Or some Empire Noble Legionnaire recruits. Yeah, we'll just take some of those, I guess. Okay, so now we have a sway-backed Noldor Spirit Horse, which requires 6 in riding skill. Oh no. Well, we do get a very nice Noldor helm, which we will be using, and some Noldor trade goods, an excellent shield, which we are going to definitely be using once we have 3 in shield, some very nice boots, which we definitely need, and then the rest we will just be taking to sell. We're going to keep that Noldor horse in our inventory anyway, just to speed us up slightly. I don't know whether it even makes a difference, considering we don't have the riding skill available. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Doesn't really matter either way. I'm going to keep it no matter what. So, yes, there we go. Thank you for that. And we have defeated a Noldor band by, well, somewhat using the order your troops to attack without you method. And we're going to try and avoid this Ithilrandir Noldor Lord. I was trying to run around here to see if I could find them, and thankfully enough we were able to. But yes, now it means we have to escape. We have to escape the area. And we will be heading on to loot a Dashar village as soon as possible, because we need to make that money up that I spent getting those mercenaries. So let's see what we can do here. We want to head on to Sarleon, I think. And there is another Noldor house of rangers. Definitely don't want to be getting involved with them, at least right now. And, no, we are going to be reviewing, well, renewing, should we say? Yes, review your contract. Wonderful. For another month. Let's do it. Why not? We definitely need the assistance, at least. Otherwise, we would have to find a way to make that much money in a very short space of time, which would be very difficult, I feel. So let's head on into the marketplace real quick. And we're going to be selling all of this somewhat junk items. And we're going to be keeping this horse. It sells for 1,400. That's not worth it, in my opinion. Selling it for 1,400, really not worth it. This is, however, I feel worth it, selling the Noldor trade goods. And what else can we do? Not much, actually. So, yes, we could sell the Qualis gem, but obviously we're never going to do that. And that's that seems fine to me. So we're going to be heading on there. And, okay. We are going to attempt to raid the exact same village that we attempted before. And, well, hopefully prove to the Dashar that we are not to be messed with. Or at least, oh, no, please. Please go away. Go away, heretic army. I do not need your attention at all. Please. Okay, well, hopefully, are they going to be avoiding me? We have spotting, so we should be able to see them before they see us. Hopefully that will be the case. Okay, so here we go. We are actually very close by to this village. It's late at night, so we might have a better chance of doing this. Do bear in mind we cannot cancel this. Once we click the loot and burn button, we cannot cancel it. Ooh, there's the Fear's Vein. Fantastic. They are actually helping us so incredibly much right now. Well, there it is. Wow, that is really impressive. I was not anticipating them to be anywhere close by, and I was just dreading the fact that we would be attacked at any moment. So it is fantastic that they were there in just the nick of time. So there we have it. Wow, that's made a huge difference, and now we have a full inventory. Wow, that is great. Oh, it seems as though Ishkomen is under siege. Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? Okay, well, let's just actually head on over here, see what the Fear's Vein are doing. Are they over here, or are they next to Ishkomen? I actually am unaware of their location now. They seem to run away here, and then run down here, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Our tracking skill is pitiful, I think. Yes, it is 0. I don't think anyone else has tracking either. No, so our tracking skill is just... yeah, we may as well just forget it. But, here we go. We have a couple of Dashar vassals. Now, even though these guys have some Scorpion Assassins, I'm not really afraid of them anymore, at least. But they do have some Singalian Temptresses and so forth, and, well, we know they can be very, very powerful if used in the right way, so... yes, we're going to try and avoid those guys as much as we can. Here we go. We do have some of the Fear's Vein. There appears to be a fellow there that we could actually do battle with, and maybe even win. Never mind. Apparently he did just want to go into the town. That's quite sad, I have to say. It would have been amazing if we would be able to deal some damage to a vassal. Well, that would be very nice in actual fact. So, let's see here. Now, I must let you know that our previous weekly wages, due to the mercenary contract and everything, were actually in the negative. So that's a little bit worrying, I have to say, because, well, my wages at the time were around, what was it, 2,100, I think, and we had a minus of 300, so I'm hopefully going to be getting a little bit of a better outcome this week. If we don't, then I am unsure what we are going to do. Oh, Jatu Outcast Rider, that would be fantastic to acquire, but unfortunately, we currently do not have any space, of course, and I would like to be able to find a Ransom Broker, and that is a Wanderer, so maybe he will be able to tell us Oh, well, this is the... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are these the book merchants? Ah, he's currently at Says, of course. Well, that's not actually very useful. Okay, well, we're going to do the healing quest. I suppose you could call it the healing task. And then we're going to head down, I think, to Windholm. They might have a Ransom Broker. I was hopefully going to find one here because I want to sell this NonDual Ranger. Pretty sure this guy is going to be selling for a lot. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have to sell him, actually. We don't have to sell him. You know why? Because we can let him go. And we can gain a relation. Yes. That is probably going to be a little bit better. I don't know how much he sells for. It's probably going to be about 800 to 1,000. Maybe something like that, or maybe even less. So I think we'll do that because gaining 1 renown and 1 relation with the Nordor, that's okay. That's pretty good because I don't know when we're going to be able to help them in combat. Maybe we'll be able to do that at some point. I'm probably going to try and do most of that off screen if I can. Okay, so we are right next to Windholm, and we're going to be heading on into the tavern here. Maybe... Ah, yes, here we go. Here's a Ransom Broker. Fantastic. So let's sell all of our prisoners. 161. We would have gotten a lot more with the NonDual Ranger, but I feel as though it was worth it. And we have Anson there as well. I think he's actually a trader. Isn't he? My father, a merchant in Windholm, had me educated by our finest scholars. I spent all my time poring over books and scrolls under the tutelage of the abbot here. I didn't realize that the ultimate goal of all this education was my indoctrination into the clergy. When the abbot let that slip, I packed up what I could, left my father's house, and am now in search of more manly pursuits. Ah, he wants to learn to be a knight. Okay, wait a minute. Do we actually even have a space? And he joins for free, so that's great. I suppose we do have a space. So we're going to be then heading onward. And I think he actually has... Oh, he's an engineer. No, he is actually an engineer. That's fantastic. Okay. So we don't necessarily need to make Donovan an engineer now, which I suppose he's going to be quite thankful for. And let's see here. What do those guys become? They become Empire Knights. What about the Light Cavalry? What do they become? Empire Horsemen? Okay. And what do they become? Nothing. Okay, so they are kind of like the ranged units on horseback. So we're going to go for some more Empire Knights. I feel like the Empire Knights are probably going to be a little bit better. So, let's head on over once again. And wait a minute, we haven't even sold. We haven't even sold our goods. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, so let's sell those goods. I actually sold everything else but that. So let's sell these dyes. Leatherwork, and not selling that, thank you. Oh my goodness, yeah, look at that. That is fantastic. We are back in a good positive amount, perhaps, maybe? We're gonna see, anyway, next time around. Okay, so there's some oil and some tools we can sell. Anything else here? Nothing of note. There we go. Okay, fantastic. So, let's head on. Let us head on and see if we can do battle with a couple of the Shah vassals. Maybe we'll be able to defend a particular village. Okay, so here we go. This is what we are currently dealing with right now. The only problem is that we are currently losing money at the Windholm Ironworks, which I have to say is quite unfortunate. Not entirely sure why that's happening, but I suppose it will fluctuate as time goes on. Hopefully the mercenary payment will go up a little bit more as well, we'll see. But I suppose it is not used to us having such an influx of units. Hopefully it will go up over time. And otherwise, I think we just have to check out what's going on here and see if we can, well, protect some of our villages perhaps. Yeah, well, there's someone. And another one, well, there's some farmers there, not really going to be attacking any farmers anytime soon, I feel. Maybe a little bit of a waste of our time. Ooh, we might be able to loot this village. Shall we try? Maybe. Maybe it would be an idea, maybe it would be a terrible idea. We're going to try anyway. Let's do it. Okay, let's go. We might be able to do this. And then, out of nowhere, the Fierce Vane and the Dashar make peace. No, it's not happening just yet, but it might. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, so that's fantastic. Anson is now upset, because we are now raiding a village. Well, he may have to go, because we are a looter. We definitely do want to loot as much as we can, of course. And let's see, how much more space do I have? One more space? Okay, well, I suppose I will take some... I will take some bread. Why not? There we go. Okay, so that's very nice. Oh, I did not realize that the Deshah had 4 towns. Okay. Well, it seems all of them have 4 towns apart from the Feards Vein. And the Empire. What's up with that? Okay. Well, I suppose they may have some stronger units or something along those lines. Ooh, here we go. Hello there. You appear to have less units than I do. Okay, well, that indeed may lead to some rather nice attacks being done against them. But as we can see here, yes. Your objection is noted. Now fall back in line. Yes. Okay, well, wait a minute. What we want to do here is attack this guy. Now, what does he have? 5 Scorpion Assassins. Not really anything to write home about there. And, well, we have Julia ready to level up, so I suppose we are going to be doing that. Let's see what we can get here. What are we going to get? I have no idea. Probably some intelligence. And we'll go for some Power Strike and Iron Flesh just to make sure that she's a little bit more durable. That sounds good to me. And then we will head in. Let's do it. Okay, so 76 versus 70. This is our chance to get a huge amount of renown. As we can see, 14 renown. That is the most we have ever gotten so far. It would be fantastic if we would be able to make this work. 16 archers, 17 infantry we have, and 43 cavalry in actual fact. So this is going to be quite interesting, I suppose. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes. Let's get our shield up. That would be nice. Okay, let's get our archers there. We don't really have too many, so probably not going to be too useful to put them anywhere here. But we do have a huge amount of very, very good units right now, thanks to that NonDual Party. I think we might actually just want to charge in, or maybe... No, we're going to wait. We're going to wait until they charge in. It appears as though they are just going to be attacking us straight off. We're going to tell all of our units to charge in right now, including our infantry. Let's move our archers a little bit back. Our cavalry is absolutely stuck, which is really quite bad, I have to say. Let's take out these guys, or at least deal as much damage as we can to them. There we go. Doing some damage at least. And maybe we can avoid actually getting stuck. Come on, let's avoid getting stuck now, shall we? Yes. Okay, let's try and attack some of their archers. It would be a good idea to attack their backline, I feel. If I can actually hit, of course. And Donovan has leveled to 15. Well, that's fantastic. It doesn't appear as though our Morningstar is capable of dealing enough damage to take out units in one hit just yet, but hopefully when we gain a couple more levels in Power Strike, we will be able to do just that. We are losing a lot of units right now, but really nothing to worry about because our surgery skill is helping us out dramatically. And I think this is going to be a nice victory. I think so, at least. Well, let's just see whether we're able to continue this ratio of death to kill. There we go. There's a nice kill. Thank you very much for Beartild the Lesser. It's about time that he actually got some experience because he's hit quite a few units but hasn't been able to take any of them out. So as we can see here, we have only lost 2 units to death and 19 of them have been wounded. So I gotta say that's very, very nice. A very positive outcome there. Now let's see if we can eliminate this guy. I was really hoping I'd be able to get the experience for that, but whatever the case, there it is. And 14 renown is now ours, and we can potentially take this guy prisoner. I think I might be able to. There we go. Very nice. So there it is. Fantastic. And we can actually take as much loot as we desire. There's actually some very nice things here, including a very nice horse. Unfortunately, we are going to need to now swap out a couple of these pieces of loot that are not as good to sell, that is. And we're going to be taking some of these instead. Whoa, that's actually a very nice helm. That's a better helm than what we're wearing, so I'll swap that out. And there's a Corsair, and I think we can then just swap out one more piece for that chess piece there. And that will be it in actual fact. There we go. Right? That's actually a very nice saber. Nah, the Morningstar is good in my opinion. Okay. And there we are. A lot of us have leveled up, and with that, I will be ending this episode off here. And so I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.